Yo, Jock, let's get serious for a
Yeah.
second. There's a lot going on in the world, and we got to start off with the obvious. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion trial just got underway. I think we on day 2. Yo, this is must-watch TV. Like this right here is turning into one of them bombshells that you can't wait to hear what happened. What's your thoughts on what's going on so far?
What's really interesting, man, everybody wants to be an internet detective or an internet judge or internet lawyer. We've all watched this unfold on social media platforms, and everyone speculates because they're taking what little information they have or believe to have and trying to formulate what the synopsis was as far as how the whole incident played out. But interesting enough, man, the opening statements were crazy.
Crazy.
This was the best movie that I never watched. I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about a woman who was shot in the foot. We're talking about someone who's looking at spending a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Behind bars. Yeah. So it's nothing to make fun of or to say the least. But I mean, damn, we listening. It's like you tuned in listening to a movie or something on the radio because people are only giving you you can either read it or someone's coming out commentating what happened. But a lot has been exposed. Yo,
lot
of details.
Was you not like all of us, and I'm sure you was caught off, the way that the prosecution and the defense came out guns blazing. They ain't wasting no time.
Nah.
Out the gate, they talking about love triangle. This is a soap opera for real. Love triangles between Tory, Megan, and Megan's best friend, Kelsey. They bringing Ben Simmons into this thing, the baby into it. Kelsey was having an affair with Ben Simmons and the baby, and then Megan went behind her and had, a little something with them too as well. All kinds of craziness is going on.
Well, honestly, being an entertainer myself, I've seen a lot of things unfold right, boom, there. And it's like, nobody's ever gonna believe this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, nobody gonna believe this. So hearing some of these new details that are finally being made public. Someone had kind of told me some stuff that was going on a while back, and I never really spoke on it even after hearing about it, because I was just like, look, man, when they go to trial, we're going to hear everything. If we don't see it, we'll hear it. And here it is, man. The only thing that got me caught off guard is, the one thing that's got me caught off guard is, everybody's been wanting to say Meg is lying. Everybody's been wanting to say Tory shot her. But I think this case is I think the whole prosecution in this case is gonna play out on Kelsey. It's down to her. It's down to her. She's that one variable in this equation that make you stop for a second. And it kind of takes your attention and focus off of Meg and Tory, and you're like, what role did you play in this all? You know what I mean? Now, granted, by the time we see this, I'm pretty sure we'll have a deliberation in this case.
Who knows? I mean, but you just hit the nail on the head. It's really going to come down to Kelsey. But they're saying that Kelsey and Tory had gunshot residue on both of their hands. So from a defense standpoint, you could see where they're going with this. Either she's the one who shot her friend, or her and Tory was fighting over the gun and it just went off. And that's why both her and Tory got gunshot residue on it. So you're absolutely right. She's the pivotal part of this equation.
Man, it's getting ugly out here. I mean, just from hearing bits and pieces of it, it definitely sounded like once he exposed the situation of what had been going on behind Meg's back or Kelsey's back, however it went, I think that would have created a real volatile situation in such a close space as a vehicle, you know what I'm saying? And for things to go left and to say that there's a gun involved, you just never know. So I don't want to speculate on that part because right now it's down to the wire in that case. And I just feel like somewhere in there, somebody was like, hey, we don't need to bring this gun into this. I think the gun went off. I don't think the gun was probably ever aimed at Meg. But I don't know who to say. But it sounds like the gun went off and once it discharged, fragments when the bullet hit the ground, ricochet. Because let's be for real, I would have expected more damage if she got shot directly in the foot. Cast, broken foot, bones in the foot, shattered bones. You talking about fragments opposed to a full metal jacket of a bullet, or even if it was a hollow point, you know what I'm saying? Because for them to say fragments, it makes me think that it may have been a hollow point. So when it hit the ground, when it mushroomed, maybe it, went its separate ways like shrapnel, and that's why it's in her foot, but I don't know.
It's just sticking with Kelsey for a second. They're saying allegedly she was going to originally testify for Tory. But then when she found out that they were going to use her as part of the defense, like, she had gunshot residue on her hand too, she switched over and now she's going to testify on behalf of Meg. So she really, really is caught in a situation.
We think she's caught in a situation. At the end of the day, who does her loyalty lie with the most? Who has she known the longest in this equation? She's been Meg's friend longer. You know what I'm saying? Tory just kind of came along, it appears, and some pillow talking was taking place. People get over that. I'm not saying that Kelsey did this. I'm not saying Kelsey didn't do this. I'm just saying that somewhere in there, it's a lot involving Kelsey. That's what I'm saying. Kelsey. I just gotta say it.
But you know something? Yeah, you're 100% right. But it's something else for us to think about. And I think it was, and again, like you said, one person, meaning Meg, she was shot in her foot, and Tory is looking at a quarter of a century behind bars. So none of this is anything to take lightly. But I think that the defense is going to have a field day. And I think it was such a poor move on Megan's part when she did that interview with Gayle King. She denied having a relationship, an intimate relationship with Tory. And the defense is going to pounce all over that and say, if you can't believe her there, you can't believe none of this. So I'm sure they're going to play that card.
Yeah, because somewhere in there, let's be honest. You don't want to put too much of your business out there if you don't have to. You get what I'm trying to say? And I think that was the move at that point. Her posturing on that was more like, look, I don't want to put all that out there for there to be more speculation about a relationship with he and I that's dead. I don't even want the world to know about that. Just look, I got shot in the foot. I believe he did it. It's kind of happened like that. But again, it opens up the door for reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, we have a reason to feel like you could be lying here because you went in front of the world. You went in front of the world and you didn't tell the truth. It's chess, not checkers. So, I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna hurt her. I think it hurt her.
Yeah, because Gayle pinned her down in that interview. She literally waited for an answer. Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory? And she said no. I don't know how that's gonna play out in this trial, brother.
Well, let's say this. Let's say this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That was Gayle King in that interview, correct?
Correct.
There wasn't a judge. The prosecution wasn't there. There were no jury. She was not sworn in. So, you know, depending on how they played that with that in this trial, I don't know. Because it's not like she was on trial and she told a lie. Hey, they asked about it. She wanted to keep that element of her reality in the cut. But it comes back to haunt you because then people want to discredit you for not being truthful or forthcoming. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.